What is going on, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Dr. Bryan McElderry, holistic life coach, mentor, and speaker, all to high-level professionals and entrepreneurs. And if you're wondering right now, should I even continue with this video? Because I don't believe I'm a high-level professional, performing professional, or entrepreneur even, Bryan. I don't even know how this message could even help me. Well, I want to tell you right now that I believe that everyone has a divine purpose placed within them that has just not maybe been tapped into yet. You're still trying to discover, how do I can get to this mountaintop, how I can get to finding peace and finding the fact that this is why I am placed here on this earth. I finally found it. Now, this is something that each and every person battles with, whether you have success, you've checked up all the boxes, or if you're still trying to discover what am I here for? And I think this is a huge question that I get, probably the number one question when people ask me as a coach, as a mentor, as somebody that is looking for guidance in their life, whether it be in their business, whether it be in a career shift, whether it be in their mind and by their overall health, their relationships. Now, it's very difficult to explain this to somebody because it requires a deeper level of tapping into their inner being. Now, Bryan, what are you talking about? You have lost me so much right now. But as always, I always explain to you guys and I break it down so you can grasp something and implement some strategic steps in your life that you can actually begin to implement, okay? So I want to break down. Purpose can simply be defined as this: the reason for which something was created or the reason for which something exists. Now, we can bring up examples all day of why a car was created, why a phone was created, but why were human beings as individuals like yourself placed on this earth? Because we are complex individuals, we are complex entities, and it seems like we are constantly trying to figure out why we are here. And I want to break that down for you today. I want to explain how purpose can be broken down into two parts: the outer purpose and the inner purpose. And you're like, Bryan, what? There are two different types of purposes? Yes, it can be broken down into two. So let's define that outer purpose. The outer purpose is simply trying to achieve an accomplishment or a goal or reach a destination by a certain time period. It's as simple as that. You're trying to check off the boxes that you have outlined for yourself from maybe the adolescence, your youth, or maybe even as an adult, you have new goals that you're trying to achieve. And those goals are constantly in your mind, constantly. Because it's simply the where and the what. That is how we define the outer purpose. It's where we're going and what we're doing. But what is the missing piece? Because this outer purpose a lot of times overwhelms us, right? If we don't reach it by this point, we wonder, well, everything's messed up. If we don't check off this box, if we don't do this thing right now, if we fail or we falter or we're set back, we feel like we're never going to reach our purpose. It wasn't meant for us, right? Maybe that's you thinking that right now. Maybe you have reached a point, maybe you've reached the goals, right? You've reached the goals and you've gotten there, and now you're wondering, well, what's next? I've checked off all these boxes. I have done everything that I was supposed to do. I've followed the blueprint to the T. I've gotten to where I want to go. Now I'm at this mountaintop and I feel like I haven't been fulfilled, or I want more. There's got to be something more. And that's okay. I want you to accept that it's okay to want more out of your life. It's okay, because that requires growth. And each and every day, we need to be growing and learning and interacting with new people and getting new skill sets and new experiences in our lives, okay? But this missing piece over here, this inner purpose, that how, that present moment that you're in right now, how can we tap into that? Because it's even more important now that you find that present moment, that one step, that now, that today, that you can take advantage of. Because a lot of times we are so worried about the future, we're so worried about these goals and achievements, and we think we found our purpose. But ideally, purpose needs to be more of an inner journey. So now that you understand outer purpose, what in the world is inner purpose? This inner purpose is the how, that present moment, that journey that you're on that you're missing. Because a lot of us are trying to be this perfectionist. We're trying to check off the boxes without any mistakes. And we fail to realize that those mistakes, those failures, those faults, those setbacks, those things that we're missing because we're so fast paced. We have that goal, that end goal in mind, that all we can see is that, and we are not even concerned with what's going on in that present moment, who we're interacting with, how we are growing as an individual, how we're treating people, how we're becoming more conscious, slowing ourselves down, taking care of ourselves. Because in that moment, as you tap more into your inner purpose, that those outer goals, that outer purpose that you have, those goals that you have set in place will just be milestones. You'll be able to celebrate those wins, but because you are such on a personal journey, because you are such in happiness and joy in what you're doing right now, and when you find that, when you wake up and you're like, I am truly happy doing this right now that I'm doing, that whatever hits me, it's happening for me, not to me. I'm learning from it. I said, why'd this happen for me? Not why'd this happen to me? And it might seem a little confusing right now because Bryan, you're not giving me the answer, right? You're not telling me that I need to be doing this because I'm good at that. Just because you are good at what you do on a daily basis does not mean that that is your purpose. It does not mean that is why you were created. It does not mean that is why you exist. That does not define you based on how good you are, how easy certain skill sets come. That's just something in your toolbox that you have. Who are you as a person? How do you communicate with people? How do you treat people? Because once you start doing that law of attraction, that manifestation, things will start to come into your space. And that is where you begin to accept and receive and welcome those things, those good things, those positive energies, those positive people, those opportunities. And you're like, man, where are these gifts coming from? Hold up. Have you ever felt that? If you have not felt that, I need you to listen up right now, because that means you are moving so fast. You are moving so fast that you are missing the moment. You're missing those learning opportunities, those growth opportunities, because you are just putting it to the side and said, I'll handle that later. What happens? Those problems, those trials, those tribulations, those setbacks, they all pile up until you got to revisit it. And you're like, I'm trying to achieve these goals over here. Stay down, right? So, what is my point? You've got an outer purpose. You've got an inner purpose. You've got the what and the where, the things that you're doing on a daily basis, where you're going, where you want to go, what you're going to do. And then the inner purpose is the how. How are you going to do it? How are you going to treat people? How are you going to enjoy the process? What are you going to learn on that journey? How are you going to get closer to yourself? How are you going to tap into yourself a little bit more to become more happy, fulfilled, joyful? These are the things that the Bible tells us too, right? There's a man that has so many riches that he's lost his own self. Maybe that's you. Maybe you know somebody like that. Maybe you're becoming that you are gaining so many things. Everything is just coming to you, it seems like. You're checking off boxes. You're buying this, you're buying that. You're going on trips here, you're going trips there. But there's something lost inside that you're trying to fill up with something else, right? Now, there's two different ways that people deal with this. There's a person on the one hand that has found their inner purpose, but just does not know how to tap into monetizing that, creating those goals and achievements and milestones with the gifts that they have finally found. And then there's that person that I was talking about earlier that has all the achievements, has all the boxes checked off. It seems like their life is perfect. Perfect. But they're struggling inside. They're struggling to find themselves, to find happiness, to find peace, to find joy, to find true fulfillment. Because maybe those things that they checked off, it came easy to them. They followed the blueprint of life that many of us have fallen into, and that's okay that some of us are happy. But if you have really been listening to society right now, there are a lot of things that have been moving and shifting that people are dealing with and battling with, whether it be their health, their mind, their body. They're trying to get better for themselves and for their family, for their loved ones, to take care of themselves. They're trying to battle with career shifts. Is this the right thing I'm supposed to be doing? But I have this stability, I have these bills I need to take care of, and I don't know if I can move over here just yet because I've got to create a new identity. I don't know if I can create a business because I don't have any business savvy skills, Bryan. I don't even know where to start. Or I need to enhance my relationship, my marriage. I need to get in better communication, get more in tune with my significant other so we can move forward together as a unit. This is why we're here, guys. This is truly why we are here. And you're wondering, how, Bryan, I understand what you're saying, right? But how in the world do I pay my bills? How do I increase my finances so I can enjoy life more abundantly? I can create freedom, not buy more things. I can create freedom for myself. That's doable. And it all requires this first, because if you aren't able to be more in tune with yourself, have goals and achievements as well, and then be able to welcome those opportunities in, not being afraid of them, not being scared, not being fearful that, is this right? Should I be doing this? Purpose doesn't mean lacking, right? We can live in abundance and fulfillment and joy. And I want that for you guys. So if you truly enjoyed this, I want you to tap into this a little bit more. I can talk about this a little bit more individually with you, or in our Shift Academy, our mentorship as well. In the separation, the two things that are different between those are, my mentorship is my one-on-one attention that I give people that just need a little bit more attention for just themselves to tap into what their true purpose is, what they're supposed to be doing in each and every area of their life to improve it. The Academy is this group coaching program, this small investment that you can make in yourself to get around people that are wanting the same things. That we can create this support group for each other and still provide value. And then we can ask questions, give, and it just creates this community like no other. If that sounds of interest to you, I want you in there. I want you to go ahead and book a call down below. Go ahead and enroll in the Academy if you feel so inclined. If you've heard this message a couple of times and you feel like this is the time is now, okay? Thank you guys so much for listening to this message. I hope you gained a little bit more clarity into what purpose truly is from an outer standpoint and an inner standpoint. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you guys in the next video.